So, and somehow that got rescheduled without their knowing about it the last minute. I don't know. Anyway, she's not here. So that's in the scene with the man that went out shooting. But Nadia, who plays the older hair, will probably say those lines. And she promised she would, and we'll see. and if that doesn't happen, there might be a little glitch in there, but don't worry about it. We have that covered when Audrey comes back. So sit back and enjoy. Did I mention drop your cell phone? Oh, yeah.
Ice cream and candy fruits, parents with Dutch. Those are the times we liked best. Dancing a tango with my mother-in-law. Better than all the rest. Children, they laugh. The children, they scream. Parents with grooms, they all beam.
tore off their tiny wings.
He killed the birds and broke the chairs and threw the kitten down the stairs.
Meow!
And oh, worst of all beside,
He whipped his Mary till she cried. Ow! Ow! Oh! The trough was full and faithful Trey came out to drink one sultry day. He wagged his tail and wet his lip.
when cruel Fred snatched up a whip and whipped poor Trey till he was sore. He whipped and kicked him more and more.
At this the Trey grew very red and growled and bit him till he bled. Then you should have only been by to see how Frederick did scream and cry.
So Frederick had to go to bed. His leg was very sore and red. The doctor shook his head and made a very good to-do, and gave him nasty physic too.
But good old Trey is happy now. He has no time to say that well. He seats himself in Frederick's chair and laughs to see the nice things there. The soup he swallows stuff by stuff and eats the pies, puddings up. The story of Harriet and the Mattress. It always makes me cry to tell what foolish Harriet befell.
Mama and Nurse went out one day and left her all alone at play.
Now on the table, close at hand, a box of matches chanced to stand.
And kind Mama and Nurse had told her that if she touched them, they should scold her.
But Harriet said, "Oh, what a pity, for when they burn, it is so pretty. They crackle so, and spit, and flame. Mama, too, often does the same." The pussycats saw this, and they began to hiss. They stretched their claws, and raised their paws. Meow, they said, meow, meow, you'll burn to death if you do so. But Harriet would not take advice. She lit a match. It was so nice. It crackled so, and burned so clear, exactly like the picture here. She jumped for joy and ran about, and was too pleased to put it out. The pussycat saw this and said, "Oh, naughty, naughty miss! They stretched their claws and raised their paws. 'Tis very, very wrong, you know. Meow, 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 meow. You'll burn to death if you do so."
And see, oh what a dreadful thing. The fire has caught her apron string. Her apron burns, her arms, her hair. She burns all over, everywhere.
Then how would pussycats say to you? What else, poor pussies, could they do? They screamed for help. Meow, meow. Meow. So she was burnt with all her clothes, and arms and hands, and eyes and nose. So she had nothing more to lose, except for her little scarlet shoes.
And nothing else but these was found among her ashes on the ground.
And when the good cow sat beside the smoking ashes, how they cried. Meow, 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 meow. What will Mama Nursey do? Their tears ran down their cheeks so fast, they made a little pond at last. The story of the man who went out shooting. This is the man who shoots the hares. This is the coat he always wears. With game bag, powder horn, and gun, he's going out to have some fun.
He finds it hard without a pair of spectacles to shoot the hare.
The hare sits snug in the leaves and grass and laughs to see the green man pass.
Now, as the sun grew very hot, and he a heavy gun had got, he lay down underneath this tree and went to sleep, as you may see.
And a while, he looked like a top, the little hare came hop, 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 took the gun and spectacles, and on her mind light went off again.
The green man woke and saw her place, the spectacles upon her face.
And now she's trying all she can to shoot the sleepy green coat in.
He cries and screams and runs away. At last, he stumbled at the well, head over ears, and in he fell.
The hare stopped short, took it in and harm. Bang! She missed her mark. The poor man's wife was drinking up her coffee in her coffee cup. The good job up and saucer through. Oh dear, cried she, what shall I do? There lived close by a cottage there, the hare's own child, the little hare. In a while, she stood up on her toes, the coffee fell over her nose. Ouch! Oh dear, she cried with spoon in hand. Such fun I do not understand. The story of Kakaka.
Once upon a time began a tale, said the storyteller. Toys over laughter and tears. In a corner of a memory.
One day, Mama said, Conrad dear, I must go out and leave you here. But mind now, Conrad, what I say. Don't
suck a thumb.
I won't have any soup today.
What do you get when your manners are bad? Why are you rude to your mother and dad?
The next day in that look, the picture shows how lank and lean Augustus grows. Yet though he feels so weak and ill, the naughty fellow cries out still.
Not any soup for me, I say. Oh, take that nasty soup away. I won't have any soup today.
What do you play when your kid is a brat? Hampered and spoiled like a Siamese cat.
The third day comes, oh what a sin, to make himself so pale and thin. Yet when the soup is put on table, he screams out as loud as he is able.
Not any soup for me, I say. Oh, take the nasty soup away. I won't have any soup today.
What do you get when your manners are bad? Why are you rude to your mother and dad? What do you hate driving people insane? I should have got the answer plain. How to do anything?
Now look, the fourth day's come. He scarcely weighs a sugar plum. He's like a little bit of thread, and on the fifth day, he was dead.
The story of the crybaby.
Oh, why are you always so bitterly crying? You surely will make yourself blind.
What reason on earth for such sobbing and sighing? I pray, can you possibly find?
There's no real sorrow, there's nothing distressing to make you thus grieve and lament.
No. You are just at this moment possessing whatever should make you content.
Now do, my dear daughter, give over this weeping. Such was a kind mother's advice. But all was in vain, for you see she's still keeping her handkerchief up to her eyes.
But now she removes it, and oh, she discloses a countenance full of dismay, for she certainly feels, or at least she supposes, her eyesight is going away. She is not mistaken. Her sight is departing. She knows it and sorrows the more. Then rubs her sore eyes to relieve them from smarting, and makes them still worse than before.
And now the poor creature is cautiously crawling.
And feeling her way all around.
And now from their sockets her eyeballs are falling. See, there they are, down on the ground.
My children, from such an example, take warning.
And happily live while you may.
And say to yourself when you rise in the morning, I'll try to be cheerful today.
What lay in his way, Johnny never thought about then. Everyone cried out,
Look at little Johnny there, little Johnny head and hair. Running just in Johnny's way came a little dog one day. Johnny's eyes were still astray, up on high in the sky, and never heard them cry, Johnny, mine, the dog is nigh! Bump, jump, down they fell with such a thump, dog and Johnny in alone.
Once with head as eye as ever, Johnny walked beside the river.
Johnny watched the swallows trying, which was cleverest at flying. Oh, what fun! Johnny watched the bright round sun, coming in and coming out. This is all he thought about.
As he strode on, only to think, to the river's very brink,
Where the bank was high and steep, and the water very deep.
And the fishes in a row stared to see him coming so.
One step more, oh sad to tell, headlong in poor Johnny fell.
And the fishes in the wagged their tails and ran away. There lay Johnny on his face with his nice red writing case.
but as they were passing by, two strong men heard him cry.
Help! Help me!
And with sticks, these two strong men took poor Johnny out again.
Oh, you should have seen him shiver when they pulled him from the river.
He was in a sorry plight, dripping wet and such a fright. Wet all over, everywhere, clothes and arms and face and hair. Johnny never will forget what it is to be so wet.
And the fishes, 1, 2, 3, are back again, you see. Up they came the moment after to enjoy the fun and laughter. Each popped out his little head and to tease poor Johnny said, Silly little Johnny, look, you have lost your writing book. Ha, ha. The story of Flying Robert.
Tumbling down in the country and the town. All the good little girls and boys stay indoors, mind their toys. Robin says no one calls. It's better out no one yet can tell. But one thing is plain. He was never seen again, flying around.
All right, then. We haven't staged our curtain call yet, so we're going to do that. So if you'll excuse us, I'll let them go at noon, and then I'll expect them back by 1:30. Thank you. All right, come on out, guys.